Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k18 Universe Mode. I am BrendenPlayz, and this is the first SmackDown since the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. If you haven't already, check out the pay-per-view, all the highlights. It's available right here on BrendenPlayz. Well, tonight on SmackDown, we are going to see the return of the Beast, Brock Lesnar, who made his return at the Elimination Chamber. Well, he's here tonight. He wants Sami Zayn. Well, tonight on SmackDown, we're going to see Apollo Crews take on Ty Dillinger in singles action. It's going to be KO up against the Ascension. Can they continue their momentum? Carmella will take on Natalya one-on-one. We're going to see Rusev Day in action taking on the Hype Bros. Chris Jericho goes one-on-one with Bray Wyatt. Lots to talk about with this matchup. We'll get to it in a moment. And the main event, Sami Zayn takes on Brock Lesnar. Well, we're going to see how Lesnar fares when he takes on the man who took on Strowman at the Chamber, Sami Zayn. Ty Dillinger gets a victory over Apollo Crews. And we're going to see, wow, the Ascension got a victory over KO. So maybe KO treated them a little bit lightly. And they've lost this matchup here. So bit of a regroup required for them. Carmella gets a victory over Natalya. And Rusev Day picks up the victory over the Hype Bros. And we'll now move on to Chris Jericho, who will take on Bray Wyatt one-on-one. So here we go. Chris Jericho will take on Bray Wyatt here tonight. Looking forward to this one. This should be a good contest between two of SmackDown's better competitors. And of course, Chris Jericho's had a pretty good season without quite accomplishing the pinnacle. And you can see, well, he's growing the hair out. He's got a bit of a different look here tonight, and he's ready to go. And this will be a big match of Chris Jericho because it's just been announced at WrestleMania. Raw and SmackDown will compete. There will be a chosen competitor from each brand that will compete one-on-one. And over the next number of weeks, when we're hearing that SmackDown is looking to find that person to represent their brand. So Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt competing tonight, potentially to determine who will be the man to represent SmackDown at WrestleMania. And the reason why that's happening is because the upcoming draft post-WrestleMania is certainly on its way, and we need to find out which brand will get the first draft pick, and we all know how big the first draft pick can be. It can be a game changer. We've seen champions switch brands. We've seen some of the biggest names we've ever had here in Universe Mode change brands from that first draft pick. It is massive, it is huge, and that is what Raw and SmackDown are fighting for. Traditionally, we normally see SmackDown do pretty well in these matchups, so we will definitely see. So the likes of Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho competing here tonight to potentially represent their brand at WrestleMania. It's an opportunity to get on the WrestleMania show, and it's an opportunity to fight for your brand and try to continue your brand's supremacy. If you're SmackDown, you've had supremacy over the course of Universe Mode. SmackDown has been arguably the better brand when it comes to these brand interaction matches, but recently Raw has fired back and has been quite successful themselves. So much so where jobs have been on the line at bragging rights, and so much has been on the line that if Raw had lost, things were going to go south for them. But we're seeing Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho one-on-one here tonight. We're going to see how this matchup fares. And as we said, two of SmackDown's better competitors. Chris Jericho has had plenty of success here in Universe Mode, former world champion and tag team champion. Bray Wyatt has been two-time Intercontinental champion. Both guys looking to get back to the top. Bray Wyatt and Jericho both had WWE Championship matches late last year, a few months ago here in the season of Universe Mode, as Chris Jericho hooks the leg trying to pin Bray Wyatt. Not going to happen. So both guys looking to get themselves back to the top of the mountain here and obviously winning at WrestleMania. It's also an opportunity, oh, what a power slam by Jericho. It's an opportunity to earn some favor with your general manager. Chris Jericho, well, he doesn't want to go back to Raw. Let's face it. He's got Christian, who's the Raw general manager. If you don't remember, if you didn't watch, well, Chris Jericho and Christian had a pretty heated feud for a lot of months there. So much so that, they just beat the hell out of each other. They had to be separated when Jericho went to SmackDown, and Christian got the job as Raw general manager, which, basically meant that Jericho's never coming back to Raw. And if he does, well, it could be a living hell situation for Chris Jericho. So Jericho doesn't want to go back, so he wants to make sure that he gets some favor with the general manager, Edge, and make sure that he stays right here on SmackDown. Otherwise, his career could be, well, take a huge turn for the worse as Bray Wyatt looks to pin Jericho, kick out. And as for Bray, well, as we said, he's been starved of opportunities. He had one late last year, and he'd love to get another one. So if he wins here and gets himself the opportunity to go to WrestleMania and take on a Raw competitor and wins that matchup, well, Bray Wyatt all of a sudden might be getting a world title match coming his way, or at least an IC title match, something coming his way, because I'm sure they will be rewarded quite greatly. It's a big deal, and Raw and SmackDown have had these matches over the last number of years, and it's always been quite a bit of a heated situation between the two brands. It's Chris Jericho, well, showing off a little bit there and showing off the guns, and he's looking quite good here as Jericho with a clothesline to the outside of the ring. Bray Wyatt is down. Well, the new look for Chris Jericho looks to be helping him at the moment as he's lining up Bray Wyatt. He calls himself the Alpha Chris Jericho as he takes down Bray Wyatt. Well, Chris Jericho has been excellent in his matches against AJ Styles. 2 out of 3 falls. Who could forget that one? A tremendous matchup. Jericho would not let SmackDown down, that is for sure, if he does represent at WrestleMania. And as we said, we're going to see a series of matches over the next number of weeks to determine who will be that man. This is the first matchup here tonight. I'm not sure what Edge is currently planning, if he has anything official lined up at the moment. He's just having 2 of his better competitors fight it out. But you'd have to ultimately say whoever loses this match here tonight will be eliminated from the race to be that man. So you need this victory as a count of 8 now, I believe, from the referee. Bray taking his time. He gets back in. Jericho wouldn't have minded a count-out victory. Makes his life a hell of a lot easier. Bray wants to go to the outside, and this time he takes down Chris Jericho with a shoulder to the outside of the ring. Jericho catching some of the ringside barricade on the way down as well, as Bray Wyatt looked to join him to the outside of the ring as well. And Bray's got a hold of Jericho now, and referee continues that count. Bray Wyatt is aware, but he doesn't really care at the moment. Looking to hurt Chris Jericho, who fires back and gets Bray into the steel steps. Jericho's going to get back inside the ring, and Bray Wyatt is down. You see, holding the ribcage area. Jericho happy to taunt away and get this crowd behind him. Jericho pointing at Bray, saying, "Get the hell back in here." And I think he might have said a few other little words as well that we won't repeat, but Chris Jericho wanting Bray Wyatt to get in this ring because he's fired up, he's ready to go. Bray Wyatt happy to play a bit of a waiting game, but he's happy to do that as well. Knock your face off and connect with his own face. His head colliding with Chris Jericho's right there with a headbutt. Nice combination there by Bray Wyatt. Picks up Jericho, and again another huge suplex. Bray Wyatt building momentum right now and potentially could have Chris Jericho in a bad way. Snapmare, and Bray has the chin, and he's just looking to wrench it back here. Bray Wyatt putting pressure on Chris Jericho at the moment. And Jericho, the jaw right into the skull of Chris Jericho, bouncing off the head of Jericho, and that's going to hurt as Bray Wyatt has Jericho up though, and this time hangs him up on the rope. Jericho is down. Bray Wyatt letting everybody know how good he is, and he wants to beat Chris Jericho here, get himself back on top of SmackDown. It's all about becoming the man to represent SmackDown at WrestleMania, but it's got a bit of a deeper meaning than that. It's about proving that you are the right man for the job for Edge as a Uranagi, and trying to earn some favor with the GM to get yourself an opportunity down the line. Uranagi by Bray Wyatt has Chris Jericho hurting at the moment. Bray Wyatt could be in position here, perhaps to look for Sister Abigail to put Jericho away. Tosses him down now with went for a suplex, but he just gave up halfway through and said, you know what, I'm not going to go through with it. I'm just going to throw him down. Why not? When you're the size of Bray Wyatt, you can do whatever the hell you like. As Chris Jericho is down. Bray Wyatt taking his time though, as you can see, and just trying to ponder what his next move will be. Bray Wyatt looks a little bit slow here tonight. Got to say, he's looking a little bit sluggish. Jericho may have an opportunity to capitalize if he can get back to his feet here. But, Jericho, went for the neck breaker. Missed out, though. And Jericho clapping the hands on the skull of Bray. And here comes the DDT by Chris Jericho. Y2J with an opportunity here. Bray Wyatt is down. Can Chris Jericho capitalize? What does Jericho need to do? Jericho, this might work. Looking to roll him over here. Looking for the walls of Jericho. Bray's close to the ropes. But Jericho, he had to break. The referee said he was too close to the ropes. The boot caught some of the rope. And the referee said, you know what, that's worth a break. Now Bray might be looking to fight back with a big move of his own. Jericho's in trouble. Went for Sister Abigail, but Jericho with a big counter. Jericho now, looking for that DDT, this time finds it. Jericho with the elbow, drop to follow it up, Bray Wyatt is down. Chris Jericho, the big opportunity, Lion Salt! Classic Jericho right there on display, and Bray Wyatt is hurting. Chris Jericho lining up his man. Can he find the code breaker? You betcha! Chris Jericho with the code breaker. Will this be it? Bray Wyatt is down. Jericho gets the 3 count. Jericho picks up the win. Massive win for a new look Chris Jericho. He calls himself the Alpha. Well, that's on display here tonight. Chris Jericho could be the man to represent SmackDown at WrestleMania. What a win by Y2J. This man is back in form. Chris Jericho, in my opinion, would do a terrific job representing SmackDown. Will Edge agree? We'll have to find out in the next episodes of SmackDown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm backstage here with Roman Reigns. Roman, you now know Finn Balor will be your opponent at WrestleMania one-on-one. What are your thoughts on Finn Balor, and do you think you can beat him? Listen, I can beat anybody on this SmackDown roster. I've proven that. I beat AJ Styles at the Elimination Chamber. I've beaten Sami Zayn more times than I can count. I have beaten Chris Jericho. I've beaten Bray Wyatt. I've beaten everybody there is on this show. Finn Balor has been gone. He's been injured. Where has he been? He couldn't handle it anymore at SummerSlam. When he got beat by Styles, he took his ball and he went home. And what? Because he made this grand return at the Royal Rumble, all of a sudden I'm meant to be scared of Finn Balor. All of a sudden I'm meant to be worried about Finn Balor. I've been running this show since Finn Balor has been gone. Finn should be worried about me. If AJ Styles can beat Finn Balor, well, we all know what's next. I beat AJ Styles comfortably twice at the Royal Rumble, at the Elimination Chamber. I beat him easy. AJ Styles, well, there's been all this hype about this guy, how great he is. And when I finally get my title shot, the rightful title shot that I earned, well, I showed AJ Styles who truly is the man around here. I showed AJ Styles that Roman Reigns is the top guy. Roman Reigns is the man, and I am the face that runs this place. I am the face of SmackDown. I am. Look at this, AJ Styles! AJ's here, and he's heard what Reigns has just said on the TV monitor, and he's had enough. Styles is coming after Reigns here backstage. Well, Reigns just finishing his interview, and before Reigns could even finish, Styles is here, but AJ into the board, then down with a clothesline. Roman Reigns and Styles, perhaps they're not done just yet. Well, Roman Reigns said he beat AJ Styles comfortably, not once but twice. That's why he believes he can beat Finn Balor. Of course, AJ Styles, the man who took the title from Finn Balor to begin with. AJ now, into the concrete wall. Styles looking terrific at the moment. And now AJ tossing Reigns down. Reigns is down, and AJ Styles has a real chance here. He's fired up, AJ. He's come after Reigns, and Reigns is trying to fire back here, but AJ in a real position here to hurt Roman Reigns. He's going to drag Reigns towards this table here, but now AJ Styles, what was he got planned here? AJ's got a hold of Reigns. Oh, look out! Styles! Through the table! AJ Styles just put Roman Reigns through the table, and I don't think these two are done just yet. AJ looks like he's on his way out of the arena, but he has certainly made a big statement before he has left. Styles lays out the champion after Roman Reigns had a few harsh words to say about AJ. Well, is the situation between those two done? I don't know. Well, Finn Balor will be watching on with lots of interest there. Well, we now shift gears, ladies and gentlemen, to this man, Sami Zayn. There's so much to like about Sami Zayn, full of heart, full of integrity. He's been fighting as hard as he possibly can this season here on SmackDown. He hasn't quite hit the big milestone, which is winning a singles championship. That is his goal. He had a chance at the Elimination Chamber, but unfortunately, he couldn't quite get the job done against Braun Strowman. And speaking of Braun Strowman, oh my goodness, the face-off between two colossal giants, Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. We saw it at the Elimination Chamber. Braun Strowman had just run through Sami Zayn, and we were saying Who's going to beat Braun Strowman? We didn't think there was anybody on SmackDown that could do it. Lesnar's music hits, and all of a sudden Lesnar picks up Braun Strowman, hits the F5, and lays out the monster among men. The Beast is officially back. And, well, we looked at Braun Strowman. He's the toughest man right now here on SmackDown. Well, Brock Lesnar has something to say about that. Multiple-time world champion here on Universe Mode. So much success for Brock Lesnar. But you have to say, we haven't seen too much of Lesnar over the last year here on Universe Mode. And oh, what a start there by Lesnar. STO straight away on Sami Zayn. And that's not the start that Zayn was hoping for. Well, we haven't seen too much of Lesnar as of late. But he showed up to take on Braun Strowman. He wants him at WrestleMania, we're hearing. Now, we're not sure if it's going to be for the championship. Obviously, Braun Strowman is the Intercontinental Champion, and I'm sure Edge would like to have that title defended at WrestleMania. So the question will be, will Braun Strowman be able to beat Lesnar when the title is on the line? Will the title matter? Does Lesnar want to be champion? Lesnar, of course, has said in the past he really is only interested in becoming world champion. Well, we'll see how that happens. You know, what happens there with Brock Lesnar as he's got a hold of Sami Zayn, trying to pick him up here. Brock Lesnar has just been a man on a mission, but he gets taken to the outside by Zayn, who's not giving up. Brock Lesnar, whenever we see him, he's just a man on a mission. He just has one goal, and that is to hurt his opponents. Unfortunately for SmackDown, we haven't seen too much of Lesnar as of late. I tell you what, Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, that is going to be a huge, huge clash. Well, Sami Zayn's not giving up on his WrestleMania dream, and obviously, as we said, we're looking for a man to represent SmackDown at WrestleMania in this brand matchup, and I'm sure our GM Edge would love to see a strong showing here by Sami Zayn, potentially if he could even beat Brock Lesnar here tonight. That would be massive for Sami Zayn and his confidence and his chances of representing SmackDown at WrestleMania. DDT to the outside, Lesnar is down, and you know, arguably when we've seen Lesnar, he hasn't been at his best ever since losing that World Championship to Kevin Owens, as Sami Zayn takes down Lesnar. You know, Lesnar hasn't quite been at his best. We haven't quite seen the best of him as a clothesline. And that was a tough period of time for Lesnar. He had a period where he was Universal Champion, formerly known as the World Championship, World Heavyweight Championship. He was the champion. But Kevin Owens found a way to beat him and take that title from him. And Lesnar, we haven't seen too much of him since as Sami Zayn, top of the eye. Well, when you're coming up against Brock Lesnar, you have to do whatever it takes to put the Beast down. And I think Sami Zayn's realized that. As, Lesnar caught a little bit of Zayn, enough to take Zayn off his feet there with a clothesline. And Zayn is down, and this match has been majority of it to the outside of the ring. These guys not really interested in getting in the ring. They just want to brawl to the outside and beat the crap out of each other. And right now, Les is back in the ring here, and he's got a hold of Zayn with a snapmare. And now he's got the arm as well. He's got it locked up here as Sami Zayn trying to avoid it. Maybe Lesnar thinking about the Kimura lock. As now Zayn has... Lesnar up! Went for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but he missed out though as Lesnar comfortably countering into the cover. Zayn is down. Lesnar only gets a 1. Well, it's not good for Sami Zayn when you go for one of your best moves and Lesnar easily counters it. As now Lesnar has Zayn up, looking for the F5, looking to end this one early, and he gets it. That could be it. The cover. Zayn's hands close to the ropes, but he gets the shoulder up. Well, it's very early in this matchup, and Sami Zayn is a tremendous competitor, but Lesnar testing Zayn early on here with an F5, but not enough to put Zayn away. Lesnar needs to do a little bit more if he wants to beat Sami Zayn here tonight. And this will work. Look at these hammer fists now by Lesnar. Just striking these left hands. They're vicious. Sami Zayn's trying to cover up, and Lesnar is just a mean man. Lesnar, single leg by Zayn. He's desperate here. Zayn's trying to hang on. Paul Heyman watching on. He's happy with Brock Lesnar. It's great to see Heyman back, but whenever we see Heyman, it's generally bad news. Heyman has had a lot of success here in Universe Mode with whoever he teams up with. It has been Brock Lesnar a number of times, and he's helped Lesnar become champion on 2 occasions. There's the Blue Thunder Bomb by Sami Zayn. Will this be enough now? And Sami Zayn with a real chance. He's got Lesnar in the corner. Could he possibly beat Lesnar here tonight? Oh, this is not good for Lesnar. Zayn thinking about the haluva kick. No. Lesnar to the outside of the ring. Oh, we know what's coming now. Sami Zayn's going to line up Lesnar. Here he goes. Spinning into the tornado DDT there. Launching through the turnbuckles and connecting. Big move there by Sami Zayn. And now Lesnar finds himself in a lot of trouble. This is what you have to like about Sami Zayn. No matter who he comes up against, he is going to fight. And he is fighting for his life right now as Lesnar is just striking away viciously. Those hard shots right to the skull. Sami Zayn could be busted open soon if he's not careful. Has to cover up here, otherwise those strikes could potentially knock out Sami Zayn, and that could be it. Now Zayn has a hold of Lesnar. Snapmare again. Lesnar has taken a bit of a beating from Sami Zayn, who's fighting. He is certainly giving everything he's got here. Just needs to find that haluva kick or the Koji clutch to put Lesnar down for perhaps the 3 or make him tap. Lesnar's a man who you don't normally expect him to tap out to anything. He's so tough, he's so strong that he can normally outmuscle you and power out of any submission hold. But Sami Zayn is very technically gifted if he finds the right hold. No matter how tough you are, if your arm's getting broken, there's not a lot you can really do. You gotta tap as Zayn. Oh, went for the springboard. High risk maneuver, low reward, as now Sami Zayn is down. Referee a little bit slow in position, and Zayn able to kick out quickly because of it. Lesnar has Zayn right where he wants him, in the middle of the ring, hurting. And Lesnar, this is not good for Zayn. This is what he needed to do earlier. He hit an F5, but he really just hit it with nothing else building up to it. This is more like it. Here comes the suplexes. It is a barrage of suplexes right now with 3 in a row there. Sami Zayn is in trouble. Now Lesnar could do whatever the hell he wants with Zayn, but Zayn fighting as the arm trying to take away the power of Lesnar. Zayn still going, realizing he needs to keep the pace moving. And Zayn, this will help! Exploder into the corner. And now Heyman all of a sudden having a chat to Sami Zayn. Well, Sami, you cannot take your eyes off the prize. Lesnar is back to his feet already. And Zayn realizing Lesnar ducked underneath. And Zayn in the corner. And oh, went for the knee. But Zayn countering. And Zayn, though, this isn't good. Taking off his feet. And down he goes. Lesnar with a cover. Will this be here for Zayn? He's able to kick out again, but this might be the beginning of the end for Sami Zayn if he's not careful. Brock Lesnar's going to line him up now. Zayn is hurting. He's slow to his feet. And he's got him up on the shoulders. And look out. Here comes the F5. A storm is coming. And it's coming for Braun Strowman. And that storm is Brock Lesnar. The Beast is officially back on SmackDown. He laid out Strowman at the Chamber. Now, he beat Sami Zayn, one of the top contenders here on SmackDown. Fair and square. One-on-one here tonight. Lesnar has officially thrown his name into the hat of man who could potentially beat Braun Strowman. Lesnar is a beast. Braun Strowman is a monster. Who will stand tall when these two behemoths meet one-on-one? I have no idea. Brock Lesnar, what a man. Oh, wait a second. Well, Lesnar laid out Strowman at the Chamber. Braun Strowman has not forgotten. Braun Strowman, he's okay. He's here. And I think he's looking to return the favor. Strowman is marching to the ring right now. He's not afraid. He's not going to back down from Brock Lesnar. Strowman backs down from nobody. And here comes the monster. Well, this is going to be interesting. Braun Strowman marching his way to the ring. Lesnar standing tall right now. He's ready to go. Strowman entering the ring now. And here we go. These two. As Strowman gets the shirt and the belt off, and immediately Lesnar coming after Strowman. No time wasted. Here we go. The rights and lefts are being thrown around everywhere. Some are landing, some are not. But right now, Strowman has complete advantage. Here comes Lesnar, though. Lesnar with the right hand. Lesnar and Strowman going after one another. And Lesnar with a takedown with a clothesline on the back of Strowman. And Lesnar's pretty fired up and happy about it. Well, Strowman may regret coming after the Beast, and Strowman just barraged off of his feet. Lesnar bulldozing in there, and I think Lesnar's just showing that he can beat up Strowman like no one else. Those left-hand strikes now, they are vicious, and Strowman is meeting them for the first time. And Lesnar now, muscling Strowman to the corner. When have you ever seen Strowman outpowered like that? And Brock now, what a knee. Braun Strowman came here to fight. He came here to get in the face of Lesnar, and that's exactly what he's done. But he's on the receiving end of a brutal attack at the moment. Lesnar just having his way, beating the hell out of Braun Strowman. And Lesnar now looking for those German suplexes. How can he pick up the 380-pounder is beyond me. What power by Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman is hurting. Strowman is down. 3 suplexes by Lesnar. And he is ready to do more. Strowman is trying to get up. Strowman is hurting. Lesnar's got him up. Here we go. He did it at the Chamber, and he's doing it tonight. The F5. Well, can you believe it? Brock Lesnar is here, and he's just laid out Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is down. Lesnar is just happy about it. He's fired up. And Lesnar can leave the ring now, knowing that he's just beaten down the Intercontinental Champion. Braun Strowman. Oh, wait. Strowman's stirring. Strowman's trying to get up. Lesnar realizing, and Lesnar's not happy about it. Lesnar. Oh, come on, Lesnar. He's already had one. Brock's not done yet. A second F5 to a defiant Braun Strowman who's trying to get up to his feet to fight again. Brock Lesnar lays him out for more. And the Beast has sent his message, and he may have just taken down the monster. Will this be what we will see at WrestleMania? So Strowman's trying to get to his feet. Braun Strowman's to his feet. And Lesnar said, you know what? That's enough for tonight. But Strowman gets back to his feet. And I guess we can make the match official, ladies and gentlemen. Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar. And as of right now, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. We haven't got that confirmed, but I think we will see that take place. Lesnar and Strowman for the championship at WrestleMania. That is going to be huge. The Beast versus the Monster. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us for this episode of Universe Mode. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on it to see more, and of course subscribe for more episodes to come your way. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Brock? Is it going to be Braun? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the website, BrendenPlayz.com, for more WrestleMania coverage. And I'll see you all in the next one.